Hello everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. This video is another one from HIPA. I got some parts here for my Troy Boat riding mower. This one's a Troy Boat Super Bronco 50 XP. It's any mower with a Kohler 7000 series 24 horsepower V-twin this works on. This one specifically is a KT 735, 725 cc's. The service kit, I won't be installing all the parts, but I'll be installing this, and this. I won't be installing the fuel pump because this one still works, but it'll probably be replaced at 150 hours because I think it might be getting weak, but I'm not sure. I haven't gone through any of that yet. But spark plugs, oil filter, fuel pump, fuel filter, and air filter with a pre-filter. So this kit's got all the stuff in it. I'll leave a link to all this stuff in the description. But, all of it's nicely wrapped and everything. I'll show you the oil filter. But, yeah. Right now, I'm going to be replacing the fuel filter, because it hasn't been done and it needs done. So I need to get some clamps and clamp that back there, because when I was in a hurry last winter to get this thing winterized, I just chopped the fuel line and put this shut-off in line, and I'm going to put a new piece of fuel line from here to here, have the shut-off here, and the fuel filter here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't see the screen, but that's how I'm going to do this. So, yeah, be right back with the clamp. Okay, so I'm back. Currently, I just got these, so I didn't buy any clamps yet. These, I'm just going to make them, like, super loose. You'll be able to tell when it's pinched off. So, right there is pretty much pinched off. Just, for reference. Get them a little tighter. So, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to pinch off the fuel line. That way no fuel is going to run through this. Just to make this easier to replace, I'm going to start this up and let it run out of fuel past here. So past here through that whole system. So I'm going to start this thing up real quick. Make sure you don't have anything sitting up here. Adjusted properly. Alright, I'm going to start this thing up. And it's done. So, now, make sure you turn the key off. Because I try to start it a little bit more. Okay. That should be the last of fuel. Stepping over here. So, I'm going to do, like I said, fuel filter. It's already clamped. What you do, just grab a pair of pliers. I moved my camera back there, I forgot about that. Sorry. There's clamps on here, as you can see. Just squeeze them with some pliers. Not to twist them around, some of them get stuck on here. Get them out of there, out of the way. And you can twist and turn and pull these fuel lines. I would say right off, but these ones haven't been off since it was new, so. Wow. So watching me struggle with this. I'll be right back. So I have a little catch pan down here just to the chain that comes out. And It's almost off. Watch your eyeballs too. There it is. Okay, cool. Now for this side, probably further ahead to just cut this off of here, but yeah, I'm just gonna cut this off here. Like I said, I don't want to replace in this whole section. So let me cut this out real quick. I'm sorry this might be a long maintenance video, but you know, like I said, in there, all that fuel is coming right out of there. Because this fuel is just stuck in this filter. So that is now trash, if you can't tell. Been there for a long time. That's there. Just pull that out of there. I'm sure, yeah, there's just a little bit left in there. So now, what I'm going to do is, that shutoff's leaking. If it is, I'll end up replacing it again. Right now I'm going to get this chunk out of here. So, and that's I can't just cut. So, take this off of here. Twist it. Pull it. Bop it. Don't sue me. Like I said, twist it around. It'll give it leverage. It'll come right off. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace this because it might be leaking. I'll have to grab one of those. Actually, I got the clamp off here. I'll get a new one of those out of my parts over here. So now we have tank, clip, fuel filter, or fuel pump, sorry. This is going to go here. Here. So I'm going to make a piece of line. Do from there to there. I'm going to go ahead, take this clamp, stick it onto this hose. That way I can just stick it right back up on that fuel pump. And I can cut this to length. So, like I said, sorry this is going to be a bit of a long video, but I want to show you the real time with some exclusions. How long this takes to do. Because it's not difficult work. You just have to, you know, have the time to do it. And I guess me to show you how to do it. Which, like I said, it's really not that difficult to do. You just got to do it. So, put this in here. Make sure you have plenty of slack here. I don't like how on this engine this just hangs out onto this. So I'm just going to like curl this up a little bit and away. Kind of works. Alright, there we go. Turn that in a little bit and it wraps around. I also got to change the spark plugs. I'm going to chop it right here, and that's where I'm going to stick that fuel filter. Now, I need a clamp. Where's my other clamp? Another clamp that I left on the fuel line. Put that clamp on there. These are directional. This one has an arrow, but in case you don't have an arrow on yours, obviously the hipa kit should, because they should all be the same. The side that the filter is attached to, like this side is the outlet. Wow, I'm super zoomed in. Didn't realize I was that far zoomed in. I'm so sorry. So this side here is the outlet side because the filter is attached to it. Fuel comes in here, goes around it, you know, catches all the stuff in the filter, and then it goes out this side. I'm gonna zoom this like way out. I'm so sorry. If this video is crap, I'm not gonna post it. I'm gonna have to do another one, but really hope it turns out. My fault. I either was pushing on this too hard, because obviously it's broken now, or this material is too thin, and I think it's a mix of the two, because look at the size of this filter. And then this here, this collar, this is only that thick. It is very thin, and I think that there needs improvement, because I really was not pushing on it that hard. You know, I guess twisting and pushing straight in would have been better. You know, I was twisting it and pushing it. I guess it was my fault. I'll take responsibility for it. But that's definitely too thin. Because if you look there, you can see right the broken pieces, and that's definitely way thinner than it should be. So it's a mix of the two, like I said. And kind of hurt my thumb there. I'll have to rewatch the video to see what part exactly I hit with that. Probably the pliers. So now, I'm going to assume this isn't going to come out. Nope. Okay, so backtrack here. I want to cut a chunk of this off and fix my mistake. I'll be right back. So these are just some generic filters that I found online. I bought them a couple months back, and I've used a bunch of them. They seem to be just fine. I think these are the same thickness, but I just don't have as much leverage on these to like snap them off, I guess. So there are no arrows on these, but it goes this way because it goes in and hits the filter. So it's going to go in this way. I'll stick this on here very carefully, mind you. It went on, thankfully. Just gonna turn and tuck, I guess I should say. So then I think this needs cut back further. So since there's not much fuel in this, I'm gonna go like this and move the clamp back further. And yeah, need some fuel. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna cut some of this. That way I have a clean spot to work with. The clamp off of there. Whew, man, that hurts. I don't know why I do such dumb stuff like that. Put that right there. There we go. That original fuel line must be a little bit hardened from the gasoline running through it. I'm going to cut a chunk like that. Feel between it. Make sure you cut these as straight as possible as well, just to ensure that how you're cutting it is good. So I got my little piece here, and I'm gonna put this clamp on this fuel filter because I don't have any other clamps right now. I will get clamps eventually. I say that, and like I'll probably not get them until I service this thing again, but who knows? This can go on here. Also some generic fuel shut-off valves, cheaper than the genuine stuff. Much cheaper than the genuine stuff actually. So this is what I went with ever since I started using shut-offs and all the stuff. This is slightly bigger, so you're gonna have to really push it in there. But you know, like I said, twist and push, it will go in relatively simply. I said you just gotta push and twist. So then once this is on here, oriented the correct direction, stick that right onto there. This is trickier, but still manageable. And flatten the thing back out. And that's the fuel system right there. So I'll turn this on if it fills up, and it's filling up. So now this should all work just fine. And that's how you put a filter in the system. Turn that back off for now. Next, I'm going to replace this air filter on here. So to take this cover off, all you got to do is flip these out, pick straight up on it. And then, you know, pull off any loose stuff before you take this up off of here. So don't get anything in the intake. Twist it, pull it off. You know, there's a little bit of fine stuff in here, but that's how these filters work. There's always going to be some fines that get through there. Now, for this, make sure all this is good around here, you know, push out any chunks and stuff. Get your new filter. And most of the time you're going to want to lightly oil this with some sort of light lubricant. Like, not to flex any means, but WD-40 or any other light lubricant of the sort. So this here isn't going to get done, but it's going to get done eventually on other stuff I do. So put this pre-filter on here. All you got to do is stretch it over the thing and get it on there, center it up, make sure it's covering all the exposed paper element. And so you have the pre-filters on, and all you gotta do to install it is push it right onto the thing. I'm gonna hit it a little bit. This is a little tighter than the genuine one, but that's good, so that way it'll seal extra good. And that's how you install the filter. So, next thing, spark plugs. To get these spark plug boots off, just twist and pull really hard, don't break anything. And to take this spark plug out, we're using a 5/8 spark plug socket. Once it's broke loose, usually it's loose enough you can just take it off the ratchet. Take the socket off the ratchet and just put it on there. Take it out. And you know, the spark plug is still good, but it's getting replaced because I'm here. You can compare that to the new one. Side by side comparison. And the gaps look very similar. I'm not going to check these because I haven't had any issues with these being gapped incorrectly. So they're just going straight into here. I'm not going to question whether or not it's correct because I know it is. But in case you're wondering how to check that, go into your local auto parts store and get a spark plug gap tool. I can reach my keys. Show you mine. Keep them on my keys. Got this one at O'Reilly's, and it's got 20 thousandths up to 1. I know stuff. I just can't remember it right now. So, you know, thinnest gap to the thickest gap. You're never going to really want anything this big. But these are usually gapped at 25 to 30 thousandths. So like 25 in the middle to 30. So anywhere in between there is the gap. So that's how you gap a spark plug. Go in here, put the thing on, get it at least finger tight, and put the ratchet on there in the tightening / clockwise position. And snug it down. And that's good. That's all it takes. There's no need to go ham on it. There you go. That's it. And these plugs came out, don't really have much on them. 2513223. But they're the ones that came with the machine, and it's time to get them changed. So I'm going to go do the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I scraped myself again, but we're not going to talk about that. Just not having a great day. So, for here, these are the original spark plugs. They're dirty, but they're still good. You know, I'll use these to test things. And it's interesting that this one, it runs slightly lean, because it's got some weight deposits on the plug, but the gaps are identical. So I'd say that cylinder has, it probably needs a valve adjustment. Just a speculation. So I'll probably do that in a separate video. I'll show you doing that. But there you go. That's this stuff. Spark plugs. To do this, I won't take it off, but I will show you how to do it because this is very simple, and I'm not going to break this seal just in case this doesn't end up working again, because these are very particular with this. So this here mounts like this. Some of them on maybe Briggs engines or other Kohler models, they might mount like this with a secondary mount out off of here. Just depends on what direction, because if it's on that side, it goes this way. But this is the fuel outlet. So very simple. Fuel outlet to carburetor, pulse line to valve cover or pulse line on the engine somewhere, and then fuel supply line. So literally all you have to do to take this off, loosen this clamp, take the fuel line off. Loosen this clamp, take the fuel line off. Two 10 mil or 3/8 bolts. Take that off. Carefully pry this off with a screwdriver. Don't break this, and if you do, find the model number of your engine and look it up. You know, should be the genuine stuff is going to be kind of pricey, but you know, you want your fuel pump to work. So this is the breather. If it's ever caught with dirt, this one's getting there, but it's not bad. If it's ever clogged up with dirt, make sure you either spray it off with like some brake cleaner, just a little bit, and wipe it out with a rag, or replace it, or anything if you're having issues. So, you know, like I said, take all that stuff off. Put it back on here. Obviously, take these caps off first because these are just caps. I've seen where people just stick the fuel line over the caps. It's like, dude, that's not how that works. But they don't know because they didn't watch this video, even though it's a super long video. So these are serviceable pumps. They have diaphragms and springs in there, but I've yet to find a kit that works in these. So I've never done that. These are cheap enough to just replace the entire thing. So there's that. And then lastly, this oil filter. This seems like a pretty good oil filter. It's even wrapped in plastic inside the box, so you know it's good. It has instructions on it. It says to pre-fill. This one you cannot pre-fill except for just a little bit. So, you know, put just like a couple of drops of oil in there just for whatever, and then dip your finger in either the old oil, just a little dab, or a little bit on your finger of the new oil, and just rub it real quick around the seal. Make sure this entire seal is just, you know, wet. That way, this will seal against the engine. You know, you can't pre-fill this thing fully because, you know, turning it sideways and you're leaking it all out before you get it screwed onto the thing. So, here's the part number for that. 070694. It's an oil filter. And, yeah. So, once this is on here, all you got to do is, you know, take it out of the plastic wrap, put a little bit of oil in it, lubricate the seal, take this and screw it on there, and as soon as this contacts the seal plate, I should say, I guess, for lack of better terminology, just get it on there, turn it 1.5 to 2 turns past that. I would say just hand tight, you know, not super tight, but, you know, just, you know, oh, there's some drag, oh yeah, and stop. Like, that's about as far as you need to go with that, because I've taken off some of these oil filters, and it's like, dude, there's no way that people need their stuff that tight. There's no point. So, I'm going to put all these parts in here, save for another day. That way, I have this stuff if I ever need it. That was a pretty crappy video, but that's the basic maintenance on this stuff. These take about 2 quarts of oil. I like to run SAE 30 in the summertime, and in the wintertime I use 1030. I don't really use this stuff much in the wintertime because I have a snowblower and stuff that doesn't attach to these, so I have separate machines. I usually just leave the 30 in it or do my service before wintertime, and it's about that time here in Ohio. So this was the perfect video for this. I'll do an oil change video someday and whatever, you know, I might do it. There's other videos online for it. But this is the basic stuff, and this is the main part of this video, just showing you how to replace the parts. So, hope this helped. Check out the Hipa store, hipastore.com. They got tons of great stuff. I haven't tried their fuel pumps, but it looks exactly the same as the genuine thing, so I'm sure it's going to work. Oil filter, it's kind of hard to mess that up. Air filters, they're always good quality. You know, they're super squishy and stuff. They're perfect. Like I said, it's slightly undersized than the original, so it gets a really good seal on there. That fuel filter, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that was me or the thin manufacturing, but it looks like a pretty good filter, so it's a shame that I broke that. But there that is. This is it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later. Bye.